it's Rhianna. Welcome back to my channel and another episode of Tasty Tuesday. Today I'm gonna be trying to make a yellow cake with chocolate icing for Jonathan and I's birthday party tomorrow. So tomorrow is Sunday and it's the day that we're celebrating our birthdays with my family over at my grandparents' house, the traditional birthday celebration. And I saw this post from All Day I Dream About Food, and I decided that that would be a perfect dessert for Jonathan and I to have while everyone else eats regular cake. According to the original poster's nutrition facts, it is approximately 10 total carbs per serving. There's 2 servings in the recipe, and it's about 5 net. So there's the facts for y'all who like them. I'm not really going to take the time to calculate it because, like I have mentioned a couple times earlier in the week, I am taking a break from keto for my birthday. When this goes live on Tuesday, I will be back doing 100% keto again. Sunday was my last day of like super lazy keto. But let's take a look at the ingredients that you're gonna need. So for the yellow cake, you're gonna need almond flour, swerve or erythritol, unflavored whey protein powder, baking powder, a pinch of salt, butter, an egg, and vanilla extract. And then for the chocolate frosting, you're gonna need cocoa powder, butter, the powdered swerve, vanilla extract, and heavy whipping cream. Now I don't have any like small like ramekins or baking pans or anything like that. So I picked up these disposable mini loaf pans from Walmart, and this is what I'm gonna be using to bake the cakes in. The first step is gonna be to preheat your oven to 325 and grease your mini cake pans. Okay, I went ahead and greased 2 because I wasn't sure how much one would fit in or whatever. I don't know how exactly I'm gonna do this basically. And I was gonna use butter, but I wasn't sure about getting it all in the nooks and crannies, so I decided just to spray it with a little bit of cooking spray. Okay, so we're gonna start with the cake. You need 7 tablespoons of almond flour, 2 tablespoons of swerve. That was 1 tablespoon of unflavored whey protein powder, half a teaspoon of baking powder, and a pinch of salt. And then you're gonna wanna just mix it all together until it's combined. And if you have any clumps, obviously you wanna get those out as well. All right, next you wanna add the 1.5 tablespoons of melted butter, 1/4 teaspoon of the vanilla extract. Okay, that was way more. Why does it always spill? This happens every time. Oopsies. And 1 egg. And you just want to mix this until it's well combined. Looks good to me. All right, you're just gonna put it into your ramekins or whatever you're using to bake the cake. So now you're just gonna place in the oven and bake for 12 to 15 minutes or until the center is set and the edges are golden brown. The cake is in the oven. I actually checked it at 12 minutes. It wasn't yet ready, so I put it in for another 5 minutes. And now we're gonna make the chocolate frosting. Okay, we need 2 tablespoons of cocoa powder and 2 tablespoons of melted butter. I'm gonna mix those together. It looks so good, but it's not sweet, so I know it's not good yet. Okay, then you're gonna add the 2 tablespoons of powdered erythritol. Now, I'm a rebel and I don't have powdered erythritol, and I just had the granulated, and I tried to make it powdered myself because I read that you can do that with like a food processor or like whatever. So, but honestly, it didn't work out. So I've got, that's 2 tablespoons of erythritol and a tablespoon of the heavy whipping cream that we're gonna be, because we needed 2 to 3 tablespoons of heavy whipping cream for the recipe anyways. So that was my attempt at that. And the 1/4 teaspoon, I'm sorry, 1/2 teaspoon of vanilla extract. And we're gonna mix that together. The granulated erythritol is fine. It doesn't have to be powdered. I was just being cheap and I didn't want to buy 2 bags of Swerve. It's just not going to be as smooth as it would have been if it was powdered. Now you're going to add the heavy whipping cream, 1 tablespoon at a time, and you're going to whip it up. And now you need to beat it until it gets, so now you need to beat it until it becomes like a frosting consistency. So this was only 2 tablespoons of the heavy whipping cream. I don't really think that it needs a 3rd. I feel like if I put 1 more, it's like right now, y'all can see. Like right now, it's a pretty good consistency. I feel like if I add another tablespoon, it would be too runny. So I'm just gonna stop right there. I just took the cake out of the oven. It did end up cooking for about 22 minutes, probably because I did this little mini loaf pan instead of like 2 mini cake pans. And I'm just gonna check, and it looks pretty clean. And the edges are nice and golden brown. And so now I'm gonna let it cool. Okay, the cake is done and has cooled. I'm not really sure why there's a hole in the middle. I think I like poked it a little bit and it just kind of settled around it. I did end up having to cook it for, I think I said 22 minutes, but I ended up sticking it back in for a few more minutes, just because it felt like it was still kind of squishy and I wanted to make sure it was cooked all the way through. And now I'm gonna frost it. Perfect little like sheet cake for just Jonathan and I. Keto, yellow cake, chocolate icing. I'm super excited. So I know you're thinking, but wait, you normally try your recipes on Tasty Tuesday and let us know how they taste. So I actually made a second batch, and I actually modified this one just slightly. I added chocolate chips to it. I have a little bit of icing left over and we're gonna give it a try now. So here's what it looks like. I just mixed in the Lily's chocolate chips. The cake has a pretty good consistency, and has some frosting on it. Let's try it out. That is really sweet. I'm definitely gonna need some maybe like vanilla halo top or something to go with this, because the icing, frosting, whatever, is extremely sweet, but it's good. I will have a link down in the description to the original post on All Day I Dream About Food, and that way if you wanted to make this recipe, you can check it out from there. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Tasty Tuesday. If you're interested in making a suggestion for this series, you can check out my Patreon. I actually do priority Tasty Tuesday requests on there if you become a supporter of my channel through there. Subscribe if you haven't already. Don't forget to click the thumbs up button, and I will see you guys next time. Bye. No way. Wait. Let's start over.